All right, well, welcome to the Late Shifts, episode 7. I'm Dan. This is Cam.
Hi.
And before we started recording, we're just discussing Eno Benjamin, who, if
The
you remember,
Phenom.
if you remember last week, I picked up because he was going to be a workhorse back this week. He was going to carry me to victory. And he really showed up with a solid 2.4 yards per carry.
You just can't buy 37 yards of rushing on 15 carries.
You really can't. But to be fair to Eno, he still pulled down 8 fantasy points. And I'm just really glad that I'm in the Eno Benjamin boat because I dropped Kenneth Walker because I was like, why would I carry a backup running back when I've got Breece Hall, I've got Christian McCaffrey, and I've got Javonte Williams? I really need to figure out.
Why would I carry a backup running back for an oft injured main running back who gets injured every
What I was
year?
really thinking was for a team that's terrible with Geno Smith as their quarterback, they probably won't even do anything. And little did I know that Geno Smith would be the second coming of Peyton Manning, or that Javonte would tear his ACL, or that what I wanted to do, which was hold a bunch of wide receivers and wait for one to explode. George Pickens and Garrett Wilson and Rashad Bateman and Romeo Doubs would all do nothing for the entire time that they're on my team. So I should have kept Kenneth Walker, and I repent, and I'm sorry, and it's my fault. And I now get to start Eno Benjamin for the second straight week. So
I'm sure that'll go well for you.
We'll get into that, but first, let's talk about this past week.
Yes.
So the only thing that really matters is that the New York Giants are now 5-1. So this fantasy game doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Isn't it nice, like, when fantasy doesn't matter? I mean, it never matters. But isn't it nice that you can actually be excited no matter how much your fake team does or doesn't do? Like, you can just be like, you know what? My actual team that I support won. How mad can I be?
Yes, it's literally glorious.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. All right. Well, let's. I could talk about the Giants a lot, but let's talk about.
In fact, we might need to set up a second podcast.
We really
just
might
talk about the Giants.
It would be, what would it be called? A Wandale tale.
Let's workshop that a little bit for next episode.
We'll take home the Tony Award, but it'll all break every time we pick it up. Okay. Anyway, here is the recap from my team. Thursday night, Justin Fields was real close to a Giant game. But
so close.
But multiple dropped touchdowns by his receivers. Just turnovers in the ends, everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. He still put up 20 points. So
he's good. He's a good player. They have no talent around him.
Yep. So
no talent around him.
I don't know that I can trust a good player with no talent around him, nor that I need to, because now I have Jared the Gunsmoker Goff back for the rest of the fantasy season. So anyway,
but we were saying, I think Justin Fields, he's going to get some pretty decent play in the next few weeks. We'll be able to determine if he's got any relevance at all.
Yep.
I think he still does, because sooner or later, those guys are going to catch the passes that he's throwing right to them.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you. I just don't know if it'll be consistent, and if I get to start him on the week that they catch the passes,
No, I get that. That's fine. I guess what makes me mad about it is all of the pundits slagging Fields off for being first of all, they're not playing him correctly. They're not.
Let him run.
Let him run. Let him move into the outside. Get him out of that pocket, and also get him some wide receivers who can catch the ball.
Yeah, I mean, this is not going to be the week where we decide if Justin Fields is good, because Bill Belichick is going to pull him into the center of the earth.
Well, because Chicago is going to be here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the same thing that isn't working. We're going to keep doing it. Yay.
Bill's literally sitting at his desk right now, excellent.
Okay, so I just have to plan for one thing. That's it. That's all. Anyway,
Yeah. So anyway, Fields, he was fine. Romeo Dubs made me sad. He caught like none of his passes. Rogers looked terrible. Randall Cobb got hurt in the
for
game.
the
So
record, I am fully okay with that.
oh yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But like I was gonna drop him, but Cobb got hurt. So like now I feel like I have to keep him because like he's actually gonna get targets and blah blah.
Yeah,
blah.
he might grow into it. I think that this is kind of potentially a turning point for Green Bay
Yeah,
because
maybe.
it can't get any worse.
Right. I mean, I Lazard's always going to be the first option on this team, probably followed by Tunyon. But anyway, well, I expected more from him. I'm a little disappointed. New York has a great set of corners right now that are playing out of their mind. So maybe that's kind of what happened here. I don't know.
Again, they are going to play Chicago again.
Yeah, right.
They are going to play Detroit.
Right. It's going to be fun. Pickens, you know, Kenny Pickett got a concussion, and Mitchell Trubisky only has eyes for Chase Claypool, and so like that's just sad. Like it just makes me sad. I'm not going to play him while Mitchell Trubisky is the quarterback, so he goes back to the bench. I'm not dropping him, but
Yeah.
he goes back to the bench.
Well, don't worry. Trubisky will eventually find his way to the bench as well.
Yes, I'm confident.
If we know anything.
I'm confident. I just wanted to play him against Miami. It was going to be such a glorious thing, but whatever, it's fine.
Tampa Bay.
No, next week, I mean.
Oh,
Next
okay.
week it's Miami.
I get what you're saying. Because you know who played Miami this week.
They looked so good though. Let's not talk about them. That'll make
They're
everyone
looking
sad.
really bad, but they got the win. That's what counts.
The Vikings is what we're talking about, just so you
Yes.
guys know.
That offensive line is horrific.
Oh, it's so
It's
bad.
so bad. Anyway,
Well, here's the meat and potatoes of my team. Brees Hall. Did you see the play where he was supposed to do an end around to Garrett Wilson? And he goes to pitch it back, sees it's not open, and then runs 35 yards for a touchdown.
no, I don't actually watch Green Bay highlights.
No.
So
This is
see that?
this is
No,
the
I know
Jets.
who it was.
He doesn't play for this team.
I know, but it involves that.
Okay,
team.
then I won't show it to you, but it was amazing.
That's okay.
It was like Brees Hall being like, I'm a man. I'm just gonna run this myself.
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
after the game, he even said, like, yeah, I was supposed to pitch that to Garrett, but he wasn't open. So I just ran it. I saw some daylight.
Perfect.
And so that was amazing.
That fits. Yeah, that fits.
So I've Brees Hall, you know, Garrett Wilson down here. No, I don't have my Garrett Wilson down here. 1 catch, 8 yards.
Yeah, buddy.
He has fallen prey to Brees Hall and Zach Wilson. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's pain. We'll talk about him when we get to waivers. But Brees is great. I have full confidence in him. And Christian McCaffrey, I don't know how I heard him described as the Derrick Henry of the worst team, Carolina Panthers, where there's no one else on the team.
Yeah.
There's no quarterback. It's just like, well, Christian, can you do stuff, please?
Let's give it to Christian and see what he does.
PJ Walker, who started the game and got hurt at some point, I think. He finished the game with a negative average depth of target. Negative. He threw 1 pass beyond the line of scrimmage. 1 single pass. Now, Robbie Anderson should not have done what he did. He's an idiot, but he had a point.
Yeah.
He was like, excuse me, coach, I'm a fast receiver. I run far. What should I do it? Because you're not going to throw me the ball. So all that to say, Christian McCaffrey is legendary for doing this.
Yep.
He was on pace. I was in the car with Chase, who was reading me updates because he is McCaffrey. In the first drive, he put up so many points in the first drive because it was McCaffrey run, McCaffrey pass, McCaffrey run. He was on pace for 80 fantasy points. So anyway,
And then the rest of the Carolina team caught up with him and dragged him back.
Yep, they're like, no, stop, you're too good.
No, stop looking good. We can't have that.
In other miracles, Kyle Pitts touchdown. My favorite part of this touchdown is if you watch the play, it's not designed for him. He's the third read. And so Mariota looks to the side, nothing, looks again, turns across, sees a wide open, enormous human being in the end zone by himself, like, hello, please throw me the ball. So
yeah,
I don't know.
It's almost like San Francisco was like saying like, well, we know they're not going to give it to Pitts.
What are the odds?
Let's guard everyone else. It gives us extra guys. We'll triple team the wide receivers. They're not going to throw it to Pitts.
To be fair, I know they're only throwing, he threw 14 passes this game. So yeah. Pitts still had a huge, a huge target share. And to be fair, he's averaging 5 targets a game. That is like top 10 for tight ends. So whatever, it's fine.
Well, and it's not what we were thinking it could be, but it's at least a step in the right direction. And hopefully
fantasy playoffs, they're just going to unleash him. So that's all that matters.
They're going to let him run.
Yeah.
They're getting him fresh.
As we said, my boy Eno put up his solid 8 points. He did his best. He had nothing to do. Tyler didn't do much, but that game was weird. And then Dallas, 4 sacks and 132 return yards.
Yep.
Dude, that boy was hustling.
And I think what we can learn here is that you can play the Dallas defense against anyone.
Yeah, I do. I don't drop them. No. You know, bye week, I find a replacement. Like they ain't leaving my team.
Yeah.
The saddest part of the week was this Brandon Ayuk on my bench.
Yeah.
I put in George Pickens at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. We've talked about this. Never change your lineup on Sunday morning.
We said play Ayuk. We determined that
I slept in a room with 6th graders. My brain wasn't working properly.
You just had to not change.
And I put in
about this.
Literally, I watched a video of Jimmy Garoppolo saying it's coming for Brandon Ayuk and thought to myself, next week. So I don't know,
what control does Jimmy G have?
It wasn't working. The old noggin wasn't working.
Well, at least like fall camps are both done. So now it's all fantasy football for you.
Yeah, that's right. So that was my team. Now, lucky for me, I played against Najee in Paris, who started Matthew Stafford. AJ Brown is a man. Rondell was fine.
Points against anyone.
Najee somehow scored a touchdown.
We knew that was going to happen because we knew he was going to play Najee, and we knew that Najee would do something like he would get something that normally he never would, and of course he gets a touchdown after producing nothing all year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, this AJ Brown, he could have had so many more points. They just didn't pass him the ball. It's fine.
Right.
He started Chase Edmonds. That's on him. He should not be started right now.
No.
Onion had his best game of the year. Of course he did.
Yeah.
Terry, this just hurts. I don't want to talk about it. Did you hear Wentz has a broken finger?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Wentz is out 6 weeks. So glad I'm
dropped him.
Right. Thinkers we are.
That's right. We're one step ahead. We're playing 3-dimensional chess.
Justin Tucker missed a field goal. That's what I'm talking about. New York Giants. We were just too good, and he didn't want to beat us, so he missed a field goal. He tweeted,
well, even if he made it, it wouldn't.
He tweeted, "I'm sorry I missed." That was his tweet. I'm sorry I missed a field goal.
Oh man, he's legitimately amazing.
He's insane. Anyway, and then Baltimore again. New York Giants. If it wasn't for the strip sack that Jones gave up at the end of the half, they would have had 6 points.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but the Giants, something's happening. So in the end, somehow, in a battle of terrible teams, we emerged victorious. even
Yes,
beat our
500.
projection.
Back to 500.
Oh, baby. And so the real challenge is going to be next week. We go up against the 1-5 go-getters, whose team actually isn't bad.
Well, now that he's getting Hopkins back,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, Brady, Carolina's terrible.
Now is Michael Thomas going to play?
I don't know. I doubt it.
I don't think he is.
But even if he doesn't, he'll just pop in, Kareem Hunt,
Oh, okay, yeah.
or Jerry Judy. But
Or
I'd
even
rather,
Judy, yeah. Although
yeah,
that
go ahead,
Denver offense has
throw Judy in there.
yeah.
But the real question for me,
Wait, scroll down. Couldn't he just put in Justin Jefferson? Perfect timing for you, actually.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah.
Although I'm mad he took Graham Gano. He's the guy I was going to pick up for this week because Tyler's on bye, but
Oh
whatever.
no.
Instead, I'm going to pick up Brady's kicker, and so one of us will emerge victorious based on how the kicking goes along.
Well, he's gonna get. I mean, he's gonna be mad, and Carolina is horrible. So,
their defense isn't terrible, but they fired their defensive coordinator, so it's going
but
to
their
be.
offense is gonna give the ball. The offense is not gonna move the ball consistently, and they're going to give Brady so much time or so many opportunities to use it. So,
yeah. Okay, well, let's talk a couple things. First of all, this potential trade. It says like Buffalo is probably not going to be it, but the Rams and the 49ers both want McCaffrey. I don't know what that means. I feel like the 49ers would be incredible, but I don't know.
I don't like him going to the Rams just because their offensive line is not good.
No, yeah.
And the 49ers could be interesting.
Yeah.
If you went there.
The Rams don't even have a first round pick, so I don't know how they're going to get him. So 49ers would be
They'll
fascinating.
just have to console themselves with their Lombardi trophy.
Maybe the 49ers want to replace Trey Lance with Christian McCaffrey, and they'll just snap it to him every time.
Oh, I thought you were going to say trade Trey Lance for Christian McCaffrey.
That's fine too.
Because I bet Carolina would be dumb enough to.
They'd probably do it. Who, a quarterback? We need one of those.
Another like first round quarterback that we can put in our team.
One of these is going to work.
Yeah, they can't all be bad.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, as for starters, I think Goff is the no-brainer even against Dallas.
Yeah.
Off the bye week, they should be all guns blazing. It's certainly better than Fields at New England.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ayuk after that game against Kansas City, I feel like has to be started.
You have to put him in. Yeah.
It could be, to quote High School Musical, the start of something good. If there's ever going to be a get right game for Dobbs, it's going to be against Washington without Carson Wentz. Like they're going to score infinite points.
Yeah, and this is one of like the Aaron Rodgers, I'm just going to do it myself games. Like when he says we've got to get back to basics, like he's just going to do his thing. And
my only fear is that he throws all of his passes to Aaron Jones, but that's fine. We'll see what happens. Brees and McCaffrey are no-brainers, even at Denver and Tampa Bay. Like Pitts at Cincy, obviously. Now, Eno's dealing with a foot problem. He's been limited the last 2 weeks or 2 days. He plays on Thursday against New Orleans, which I don't love.
Yeah.
But I also don't love Pickens at Miami with Trubisky. I like Gallup, but not with Cooper Rush at Detroit.
Well, yeah, but also the Detroit defense. That's bad. And
he did have 7 targets.
They're going to be keying in on CeeDee Lamb, I think.
Okay, so that like would be interesting.
I think that you might want to play Gallup.
Okay. So All right, so Gallup's an option.
Yeah,
Um, Garrett Wilson and like, I don't know if I even want him on my team. He's just been hot garbage, and he plays Denver, New England, Buffalo by New England. So I'm not starting him any of these. And
no,
then I'd start him these two, but then no, then yes, then maybe. So he's on the cutting block for me.
yeah. And speaking of Jacksonville, I mean, like they're easily the most Jekyll and Hyde team of the year.
I don't know if they're amazing or terrible.
Well, they're both.
Yeah. Jamal Williams, I'm hanging on to
Yeah,
because who knows how Swift is really gonna do. And even with Swift in there, he's been good. So
yeah. He's gotten value. They've given him run. So
I'll hang on to him.
yeah, you gotta keep him.
And Bateman's probably gonna be back this week, but I don't know that I want to trust him.
Not yet. I'd give him a game before you put him in.
Yeah. So, and Jameson Williams probably is like 4 weeks out from even playing, so he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
So if he comes off IR, I have to drop someone. And I want to pick up one of two people. Either Rashad White, so I have another lottery ticket if Leonard Fournette goes down,
Mhm.
or Wandale Robinson, so that I have a giant, so that we lose. But so there's hope in my heart for a wide receiver. And so if I'm not gonna play Eno Benjamin, do I even want him on my team? Like,
Well, what's his schedule?
I mean, he's James Conner. He comes in here for
Right.
for Connor. Like he's produced, but I don't know how on 4 carries.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously in the last game he did get 15 carries. He didn't do anything with them,
Uh,
but the fact is, I think you want to at least see the New Orleans game before you drop him. I don't like the idea of dropping him right away, even
Okay.
though I'm not super keen on him.
so is it these two that I would drop?
Well, like we were talking, I think you've got to get rid of Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
I mean, that my only fear is he got Jair Alexander, who's really good.
Yeah,
He got Miami's terrible. Like they didn't even throw the ball that game. They just gave the
right.
ball to Brees.
Yeah.
And this was Zach Wilson's first game, and they won. So like, is it coming? But even so, like no, yeah. I think he's gone.
Yeah, I just don't see you starting him.
Yeah, even if he shows up, like who knows? It's not going to be an Elijah Moore game or a Corey Davis game or a Braxton Berrios game. I'm already in on one jet.
Yeah, we determined you didn't want to be in on too many Jets, and
Yeah.
you really should have tried to trade him after that 20-point game.
I should have, yeah.
But
Yeah. All right, so the real question then is if I'm gonna say I drop him for Rashad Bateman, that makes sense. Do I want Wandale or Rashad White for Fields?
I mean, I still like Fields. I think his schedule is really good. But well, maybe it isn't as good as I thought.
It's really these 2 weeks.
Well, Atlanta,
Yeah, maybe. Atlanta's
I'd like
weird,
him
man.
against Atlanta.
Atlanta's weird. I don't know that Atlanta, they just burn clock by running the ball. There's like a 3-play game. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's these three, and then like, nope, 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 nope. So I think probably I drop him and try and get him back if when one of my players is a bust.
Well, I think if you, because he's not going to do anything against New England,
Uh-huh.
or at least we don't expect him to. I think at that point, he's probably safer to drop because you don't necessarily need to drop him this week, do you?
Well, if I want Wandale, that's the
Do you want Wandale?
well, it's the same as Kadarius Toney, except he's the guy that Dayball drafted.
And he
who-
actually plays?
yeah, so far he he had they had him on a snap count because of his knee. Come on. They had him on a snap count because of his knee.
Yeah.
He ran what was it? Oh, it's not in here. He I think I remember them saying he played on 34% of the snaps, and he ran a route on 30 or 48% of Daniel Jones passing plays. And they had a designed, touchdown red zone look for him. That's his first game back from
Yeah.
injury. There's no one else to throw the ball to. Like,
Yeah.
the thing with him is he gets Seattle and Jacksonville next. After this, I'll know if I want to keep him. If I don't want him, I drop him. But if I want him, look at this schedule. Jacksonville, Seattle, Houston, Detroit,
Whoa.
Washington, Minnesota, Indianapolis. Like,
Oh,
that is tasty.
yeah. I think you do want him. I think you
So,
do want him. You've convinced me.
okay.
That
So,
schedule is awesome.
who is it, a Fields drop or is it?
Well, because you got to pick up a kicker, right?
Yeah, but I can just drop, like, I know Tyler Bass plays for Buffalo, but like,
Yeah, kickers are kickers. That's true.
yeah, so I'm gonna pick up suck up or whatever, and he'll be fine.
Saka?
Ryan sucks. I'll pick him up.
Ryan sucks.
Although he's the kicker I started with, and I dropped him, and then he was good.
And it's telling that he's available.
Uh-huh. Although he's been great. Look at this. Like, this is fantasy football kickers right here. Where is it? Show me the kicker. Points. Where are you, kicker? Oh, maybe he's not here. I don't know how to do
Somebody
this.
pick him up.
I don't think so. There he is. I don't know why
Oh.
it didn't show up. But look, he's been great.
Yeah,
15,
yeah.
10, 8, 8, 8, 14. I drafted him and dropped him
Okay.
before this game.
Can I just say, like, his photo right there looks like a creative player, doesn't it?
It really does. He has a very like if he was just a little more chiseled, that's like the Superman, like long, very long face. But
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
could see that.
He's like Superman's twin brother who like isn't as good.
If he had a better jawline, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Yeah, that's some hard hitting, in-depth
Fantasy.
advice
Yeah.
that you can't get anywhere else. Yeah, I'd say try to pick him up, obviously.
And if not him, there's a bunch of like my boy Cade, who showed up this week. That's what I've been waiting for as I did this garbage.
That's right. Wait for you to drop him and then he busts it.
I mean, look at all these. Like Will Lutz is great.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. So
yeah.
So then is it Fields and Wilson?
Yeah.
And I keep
Yeah, I'd keep Eno.
Okay. Your
Yeah.
mic got a little crackly.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it just my ears?
I think it might be your ears,
Okay,
because I don't think anything changed on my end.
okay, it's probably, hold on, let me unplug my mic and see. Some real good content right there.
Well, it's not like anyone's watching this.
Still
I
crackly.
mean,
so-
just kidding. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think dropping Garrett Wilson for Wandale and then adding in Suckup for your kicker.
That'll be the plan.
You're putting in a waiver claim for Marcus Mariota?
What? No, I just put in a bunch of random claims in case I decided I wanted to do them.
Oh.
Mario, like if I didn't want to play golf against,
Oh, okay, I got you. Like a 1 week.
I mean, he had a great week this week. He had a good week last week, and they play Cincinnati, so it could be a little bit more of a shootout.
Yeah, he's been better than I thought outside of that Cleveland game.
So yeah, I mean, some like this offense is designed around Mariota. He throws the ball never and just
Right.
runs. And
Yeah.
so look at that. Look, I can't deal with it. So, but yeah, I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But this scares me after this. This is a little terrifying.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, against Dallas, maybe. I mean, he's been putting up decent points. I think he does well against Miami, Green Bay, Chicago. I mean, obviously, we were talking about New York Giants being a decent
The best team in the league yet.
defense. Yeah. But I think, again, like, none of those teams really scare outside of the Dallas one. I don't think any of them have game-changing defenses that'll. I mean, like
Yeah.
the New York Jets game might be tough.
Yeah. But if by then they have Jamison Williams back and it's like Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra,
Yeah,
DJ Chark, TJ Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift, like that's terrifying too. So
like we were saying, they've got a fantastic offense.
yeah. So all right. I'm rolling him out there.
Okay.
But what we said was sit Eno,
Yeah,
probably
Sit
for
Eno.
Gallup.
I'm thinking Gallup. I'm thinking
And-
he's the one.
I think this is great if Dak comes back. If Dak isn't back, I don't know. I might figure something out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would play Rashad Bateman coming back over him. Or like Wandale probably is a no-no this week, but anyway, that'll be the question, is this spot.
Yeah. Well, as we see more about, Dak in the coming week, I think we'll have a better idea.
Yeah, but like I know they didn't connect, but 7 targets is a lot.
Yeah.
And so against Detroit, they're gonna have to put up numbers.
Right. Well, and that's the thing too. I mean, they've got to be able to go. If he doesn't produce in the next 2 games against Detroit and Chicago, you can drop him.
Yeah. Yep.
At that point, he's gone. Like there's
Yeah.
no point.
No, I agree. It's just scary to start him when he's done very little, but
I agreed, but again, that's like you got to look at the defenses he was going up against, and
Yeah.
Detroit is not those defenses.
right, but neither is Miami. So like who do I trust more? Cooper Rush or Mitchell Trubisky?
You can't trust Trubisky.
No, I
You
know.
just can't.
I know. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting week. I don't know if I have any more content here. Besides, oh man, New York Giants enter as underdogs going into Jacksonville on Sunday.
Mhm.
Bold move, Vegas. Bold move. The 5-1 Giants going to the 2-3 or whatever numbers 2-4 Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, but in their wins, they've looked really good.
It's true. They've looked really good in their wins.
And we're on a bye, Vikings wise. So
you get to just enjoy the game.
yep.
All right. Well, I will make these. I don't know how to adjust these. I don't know how to play fantasy football. It's too hard.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone has learned from us, that neither of us know anything about fantasy football.
Edit priority. How do I do this? I want Wandale. Give me him. Save. This is the worst system. Yahoo. Why?
Okay, so you have to change all of them?
Yes.
Oh,
All right, and I can cancel some of them. Like I don't want Mariota.
right.
I'm gonna be real sad when Fournette gets hurt this week and I can't pick up Rachaad White, but that's fine. I mean, I guess I could do this anyway and then wait for Rashad Bateman to be declared out. And if he's
Yep.
not, I can just hold Rachaad White on my bench.
Or you could make all of your roster changes beforehand and then wait
that-
for the next week to drop anyone, depending on who produces.
That's what I mean. If I picked up White, do I want to hold White or hold Fields in
Oh, yeah,
this scenario?
yeah,
And I think it's White because I
Yeah.
have Goff and I'm going to play him. So
right.
I'll
Yeah.
leave that there.
Yep, I think that's fair.
All right. I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been what did we decide it was? Episode 7? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was 7.
Okay.
Crazy.
Right? Nobody expected this.
If we last all season, I think we deserve an award. Like
Oh, we could get like a medal?
what awards does YouTube give out for like best streaming programs?
I know they give like the things for like subscribers, right?
Sure.
The
Oh
play,
yeah,
the play buttons.
that's
We'll
what we
definitely get one of those.
need.
I
All right,
think
well,
you've got what, 2 subscribers?
all right, well, everybody, we've been recording now for 42 minutes, so tell your friends.
Yeah, please.
Check out this quick video on my fantasy football team.
You don't have to watch the whole thing.
We just need the likes. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
I forget. You haven't done that yet.
This has been
That's
the
why
late
it's not
shifts.
working.
It's all right. We had to build a little repertoire of
Yeah, that's right. We had
videos.
to like show that we're invested before we start like pleading with.
Yeah, we're almost halfway through the season here, so it's about time we like, I don't know, put any effort into it all. All right, well, that's a little peek behind the curtain. This has been the late shifts with Cam and Dan. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Go Giants.
Yay for the Vikings.